system. This is where the Wi-Fi module would connect. This is where the LTE module would connect. This large connector here is for the Jetson itself. If any of you have ever worked on laptops, this may look like the type of slot you would have for a memory module on a laptop. NVIDIA chose to use that form factor for the Jetson due to the wide availability of connectors, but the Jetson's memory is built into the board itself. You may see a few other connectors on here, like this USB port, for example. Those are used purely for debugging. The main motherboard is the same between production and development orbs. However, that USB port is completely disabled on production orbs, and the Jetson used in production orbs has fuses set within the Jetson itself to disable some of that functionality and to ensure that it will only run software signed by Tools for Humanity, right? With that SD card being something that can be easily changed, or you can take it out and rewrite what's on that SD card, it's essential that the Jetson enforces that it's not going to run software that was not built by Tools for Humanity and published for the org. There are lots of other small connectors on here for, as I said, like the servo motors, the fan, the speaker, which we see here, the battery that's used to power the security systems of the orb. But it's generally very complex looking, but architecturally not as complex as one may think. So now, as he continues to disassemble the front sensor module, we've removed the iris camera assembly here. So we can see the lens as it is here. And then at the back, we have the actual sensor module for the camera, and then a sensor for the polarization module in there. This long cable here is used to control the focus of the lens itself. The lens is a liquid lens, which I am not someone incredibly familiar with optics. I wish I was, it's fascinating. But I have been told by the engineers on that lets it focus incredibly finely with incredible clarity, which makes sense for taking the iris photos on the orb.